Have you ever felt the weight of your own shadow? That cold certainty that your mistakes have finally caught up to you, and now judgment is here. Picture this. The sun beats down on the Jerusalem temple courts. The air is thick, not just with heat, but with a tension you could cut with a knife. A woman is on the ground, her world shrunk to the dust beneath her knees, and the hard faces circling her. In their hands, they hold not just rocks, but the very weight of the law. And in the center of it all, one man kneels, silently drawing in the sand. Stay with me for a moment. Forget everything you think you know about this story. Let's uncover the legal trap so brilliant it could have ended Jesus' ministry, and how his response didn't just save a life, it unveiled a completely new way to understand God. The men who dragged her here weren't just interested in justice. They were hunters, and Jesus was their prey. They came armed with the law of Moses, a perfect weapon. "Teacher," they sneered, their voices dripping with false respect. This woman was caught in the very act of adultery. The law of Moses commands us to stone such women. So, what do you say? Feel the impossible weight of that question. It was a masterfully crafted trap. If Jesus says, "Let her go," he stands against the sacred law of Moses, the very foundation of their faith. He would be branded a heretic. If he says, "Stone her," he violates the Roman authority, which reserved the death penalty for itself. Worse, he betrays his own message of mercy and forgiveness. The compassionate Savior would become just another executioner. The crowd holds its breath. The stones feel heavy in their hands. What would you do? What could anyone do? Jesus doesn't answer. He just keeps writing. What did he write? The Bible doesn't tell us, and maybe that's the point. Maybe he was writing their own sins. Maybe he was listing the parts of the law they conveniently forgot, like the part that demanded the adulterous man be brought along too. Where was he? His silence is deafening. It unnerves them. It shifts the power from their loud accusations to his quiet authority. They press him, their impatience growing. Then, slowly, he rises. He looks not at the woman, but directly into the eyes of her accusers, the hunters, the righteous, and he speaks a sentence that will echo through eternity. "Let the one among you who is without sin cast the first stone." Think about that. He didn't abolish the law. He upheld it, but he deepened it, turning it from a weapon against others into a mirror for the self. He was showing them the impossible weight of the old covenant, a covenant of rules so perfect, so demanding, that no human hands were clean enough to enforce its ultimate penalty. To live by that law was to live under constant judgment, because no one could keep it perfectly. That covenant, while holy and good, ultimately showed one thing: our desperate need for mercy. And as the last stone drops and the last accuser fades away, only two people are left: Jesus and the woman, grace and guilt, face to face. He looks at her, and for the first time, she might have seen something other than condemnation in a man's eyes. "Woman," he asks gently, "where are they? Has no one condemned you?" Her voice is barely a whisper. "No one, sir." And then comes the heart of the new covenant. The simple, light-filled promise that replaced the crushing weight of the old one. "Then neither do I condemn you." Feel that release. That is the sound of grace. But he doesn't stop there. He adds the words that empower a new beginning. "Go and from now on, leave your life of sin. This is the pact Jesus offers. Not a pact of impossible perfection, but a pact of transformation. It's not just forgiveness for your past, but freedom from your past. It's grace that says you are not condemned, and strength that says you don't have to live that way anymore. The Old Covenant was written on tablets of stone. It was heavy, rigid, and external. The New Covenant, sealed by Jesus himself, is written on the heart. It's a relationship, not just a rulebook. It is light and it is simple. We all stand in that dusty courtyard from time to time. Sometimes we are the accused, feeling the weight of our own mistakes. Sometimes we are the accusers, stone in hand, ready to pass judgment on others. The next time you find yourself in that position, remember the line in the sand. Remember the silence that spoke louder than accusations. Put the stone down, whether it's meant for someone else or for yourself. Because the New Covenant isn't about proving our righteousness, it's about accepting His. And that is a pact light enough for anyone to carry. We all find ourselves in that dusty courtyard from time to time. Sometimes we are the accused, feeling the weight of our own mistakes. Other times we are the accusers, stone in hand, ready to pass judgment. Jesus' message invites us to do something different. Put the stone down, whether it's meant for someone else or for yourself. Thank you, truly, for joining me on this journey into the heart of God's grace. I'm so grateful we could explore this truth together. Always remember, the New Covenant isn't about proving our righteousness. It's about accepting His. And that is a pact light enough for anyone to carry. Go in peace, and until we meet again.